What's up? What's up? What's up? Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to an impromptu, quick edition of the Holding Your Own Sports Podcast. This is your host, E. Thank everybody for tuning in. Hope y'all having a great evening. Ain't gonna be on here too long. Just want to hit some quick points. Plus, I ain't went live in a minute, but I'm glad y'all here. Well, this thing, this dog and pony show with the Carolina Panthers being thirsty for Deshaun Watson is finally came to an end. Adam Schefter just reported about 20, 30 minutes ago that the Panthers are out. They have been eliminated. But it's funny, it's March Madness and teams are getting eliminated going home. Deshaun Watson just basically told the Carolina Panthers that they can go home. And this is embarrassing as far for this organization. It's very embarrassing. They have been after this man for a year plus. And I said it back then and I say it right now. The moment he said, because they were willing to trade for this man, even without a lot of that stuff unresolved. And he still said no. The moment they heard that, okay, we out. We out. Why would that change with Deshaun Watson once he gets more options? He didn't want y'all as an option when he was in the thick of his legal stuff. And y'all said we will still trade for you. He said, nah. All right. I don't want none. I don't want none. I'm good. And you still stayed up behind him. Like some sad little puppy. I'm going to be honest with you. I've talked enough about Matt Rule. We've talked enough about Matt Rule on the internet and what we think of him as a coach. Even after all that, I said he should get a third year. These problems start up top. They start with the owner. Panther fans, Panther beat writers, everybody's on the radio or talks about this team needs to hold this ownership accountable. How foolish do you have to be when somebody doesn't have that many options and tells you no, and the moment they get some options, they're going to change their mind? They're going to change their mind. Come on, guys. It is time to start hope. I sat through the 1-15 year. I sat through the 2-14 year of the Carolina Panthers. But you know one thing about that, after that, those losing seasons, hope followed with this organization. Hope followed. You understand? Hope followed with this team. There's no hope with this squad right now. This organization right now is officially a joke. It's laughable. It's laughable. And Deshaun Watson was your Hail Mary. It was a Hail Mary because I didn't think you had a snowball's chance in hell to get him. I didn't talk too much of it about to my colleagues. I made it sure the other day, why would he choose us over New Orleans? This is before Atlanta was even known about it. Why would he choose us over New Orleans? I know they're a division rival, but you have to be truthful about this thing. I'm here to tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what I do. And I don't care whose feelings it hurts. It's supposed to hurt. This organization is a joke now. It is an official clown show. All of this could have been avoided. All of this could have been avoided. And I got my liquor drink. That's what I do. Sit right here on my damn knee. Yeah, I'm gonna have something like a milk mustache. It's all good. I'm here. All of this could have been avoided. I didn't have a problem with getting rid of Cam Newton. It was everything you done after that that was terrible. Once you got rid of Cam Newton, you still had Will Grier and Kyle Allen on the roster. See what they got. Worst case scenario, you're bad. What are y'all gonna do? No, you don't do that. No. We don't do that. We're gonna bring in Teddy Bridgewater. Not only we gonna bring in Teddy Bridgewater, we're gonna pay and give him a 3-year deal, $20 million apiece. Really? One mistake. Backtrack another mistake. You let Ron Rivera go, but kept the GM. Marty Herney made the deal. It was set in the building. Marty Herney really wanted Teddy Bridgewater. Marty Herney wanted Teddy Bridgewater. Why on earth did you not let go of Rivera and let go of Marty Herney at the same time? That's ass backwards. That was the first problem. Understand? That's the first problem he made. So Teddy turns out to be what Teddy Bridgewater is. A stopgap quarterback. Where'd you think? You were going to the NFC Championship with him? So, owners, upset. We're going to move on from Teddy. Move on from him. Traded him to Denver. Shout out to Denver. See what happened? You look attractive when you keep your stuff together, don't you? You look attractive to good quarterbacks when things are put together. Funny how that works, right? Funny how that works. When you got your stuff together, you look good to other people, but I digress. Trade Teddy Bridgewater in Denver. All right. What we do? Let go of Marty Herney. We need a GM. New GM, enter Scott Fitterer. They're thinking. I got it. Let's trade for Sam Darnold. Huh? Trade for Sam Darnold. Make a trade for Sam Darnold. Not only are we going to do that, we're going to give up at least a second-round pick to do it. Has anybody looked at Sam Darnold and seen how bad it was? We all had eyes. We all saw it. We all saw how bad Sam Darnold looked. Shout out Abdullah. It's going to be, we got more sad times coming ahead, Abdullah. It ain't a sad day. This is just the beginning of the storm, bruh. This is just the beginning of the storm. And when I'm talking, all of this could have been avoided a couple of years ago. All of this could have been avoided. But let me cook. You traded for Sam Darnold. Your ego was involved. That's ego. Everybody's seen how bad Sam Darnold looked. Not only do you trade for him, you pick up his hot damn fifth-year option without seeing him taking a snap. That was another thing you didn't have to do. If he would have just played this bad this year, Sam Darnold's gone. Shout out to the New York Giants. They know they don't have nothing in Daniel Jones. They also said, we're not picking up his fifth-year option either. After this year, he's done. Unless he goes on a tear. Foolishness stuff. So, That brings it full circle to Deshaun Watson. That gave us back to Deshaun Watson. We seen how bad Sam Darnold was. We brought Cam Newton in the middle of the year. That was more of a PR move because people weren't coming to the games. People weren't interested in the Panthers anymore. They weren't interested. Say what you want about Cam Newton. Yeah, he didn't have back-to-back winning seasons, but you know what? That team in Charlotte was relevant. They were talked about, whether good or bad. And with owners, relevance brings in money. Nobody's talking about the Panthers anymore, except these last 2 weeks. Couple of weeks being leaked to Deshaun Watson. Abdullah, that's an option. That's an option. Let me cook. That's an option. That's an option. Because that's where it's looking like it's headed. Because I'm about to talk about Willis, and we might not even have a chance to draft him because you know what? The Texans picked before us, and they're in need of a quarterback. They picked before us. But watching this Watson whole thing fold, he said back then when he was in the thick of his legal problems, he didn't even want to waive his trade clause for you. Right then and there, common sense would have told you, he's in a big old mess. Right now, we said we'll take him on. Even without the resolve, he still said no. To all the gentlemen and ladies watching, have you ever been in a situation? It's like this. If a man or woman doesn't want to talk to you when they have less options, do you think they're going to want to talk to you when they have more? Once something got cleaned up, now Watson has more options. Now he's unchanged his mind. That's foolish. That's foolish. And you chased him like a thirsty dog for a whole year. You were in it the longest. New Orleans just showed up a couple of weeks ago. Atlanta just showed up a couple of days ago. And to make matters worse, they're your division rivals. This is embarrassing. And here's who needs to be held accountable. I've said enough about Matt Rule. Matt Rule could be gone tomorrow, honestly. It's time we take a look at this ownership. When he sat in that meeting and Matt Rule's been raked over the coals, rightfully so, with the way things are going and doing college junk. Rightfully so. Your owner, not one time came out and said publicly, I got his back. How did that look when you sat in that meeting with that man? You got this coach in front of me, and I've been reading things about him, and you ain't said nothing good about him. I don't care what you said publicly. I mean, privately. You did not have his back publicly. David Tepper, you gambled, and you came up snake eyes. Well, hey, talk is pick. What are we going to do with some wide receivers? Who's going to throw to them? Who's going to throw to them? Who's going to throw to them? I know you talked up Kenny Pickett. My guy was Willis. One of those quarterbacks are going to be good. I'm not of the notion that every single one of them is going to be bad. I'm not of the notion that every one of them going to be bad. No, that's not it. But I'm talking about how this franchise is a joke right now. At the very least, you after those the 1-15 and 2-14 season of the Panthers, they at least could sell hope. You can't sell this fan base anything. Nothing. You can't sell them anything. What is the reason for me to drive all the way from Raleigh to Charlotte to pay to sit in the stands to watch that? I can go to sleep on it on my couch at home for free. David Tepper, I'm calling you down to the carpet. I'm calling you down to the carpet. You need to answer for this. Because you said the most important thing with this team was winning. And you have not done such since you've owned the team. I know how important. See, I got my drink. I got to cool off. Give me a second. The flamethrowers out tonight, folks. I've been waiting for Watson to say no. It was clear months ago. How the hell can I sit right here and figure that out, but people making way more money than any of us can't see it? That's the inevitability of wasting your time. You wasted your time. And people were saying that they were using New Orleans and Atlanta to drive the price up for us. No, they were using you to drive the price up for them. Watch what comes out in the next couple of days. Watch what comes out in the next couple of days. Yeah, Abdullah, they got no other choice but to play it safe. What else you gonna do with Sam Darnold? What else you gonna do? I did not have a problem with them releasing Cam. I done said it a million times. I don't like the way they did it. I understood it. Everything else that happened after that has led to this mess right now. This mess. Signing Teddy Bridgewater for 3 years, letting Rivera go and not letting Hurney go at the same time, letting Hurney go the following year, bringing in Scott Fitterer, trading for Sam Darnold, picking up his 50-year option. All stuff you didn't have to do. All stuff you didn't have to do. You didn't have to do any of that stuff. And it's led to the state of this franchise. The Carolina Panthers have no hope right now. They have no hope. They have no other choice but to tank. You got no other choice. Talk is pit. I got a short about that. I believe Adams is upset with somebody in that building. I don't know if it's your front office or your quarterback. I don't know if it's your front office or your quarterback. You know. But this franchise is spinning tires now. And I feel bad. It hurts me because I've been a fan of this franchise since they first started this season in Clemson, and I've never seen it this bad before. It is awful. Awful. But the main point I want to get across right here is David Tepper. Sir, you got some answering to do. You got some explaining, not splaining, explaining reasons. And I was the one that said Matt Rule needed to stay on for a third year because it shows optics to the other coaches in the league. Even though everybody is throwing this man under the bus, his owner stand by him. He said nothing in the defense of Matt Rule publicly, and he's heard that stuff. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. I completely agree with that. Yeah. Shout out to Talkers Pit. Shout out to Abdullah. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. I mean, I knew this live was coming. I was just ready for it. As soon as I saw the news, I had to do it. I've been waiting for it. I said, let this be over so I can go ahead and stick my foot in that daggum rear. And the whole fan base needs to do it. You are a fool if you spend any penny on this team. And what was more embarrassing, you had seen Tepper say nothing about this franchise as bad as it was. The season ended months ago, but he's out there prancing around for Charlotte FC. Come on, folks. We got to be better than this. We got to be better than this. I don't know about anybody else watching this as a Panther fan. I have standards as a sports fan, and I call it like it is. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I'm not a fanboy. This isn't fanboyism over here. If you want pom pom, rah rah red, that ain't Saint the channel. Yeah, he's built a good young core. But how do you sell that next year to a fan base when you only win 6 games? They need a franchise quarterback. Is it Willis? Is it Pickett? I don't know. For rule's sake, I hope it is. Because you can't justify keeping him a 3rd year. But I didn't want to make this about a rule live. I wanted to make this about David Tepper because he's the reason this franchise is in the position it is right now. You were so thirsty for Watson, like a little horny boy hoping hit the little pretty girl will look at him someday, but she never looks at him. So he chases and chases and chases and chases and chases. Then he finally tells him no. After all that chasing, all those resources, all that time wasted. And you could have been done with it back in October. That man didn't have many options, and he still told you no. You thought it was going to change once he got more options. How stupid. I'm halfway embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed for you. The first embarrassment was trading for Sam Darnold when he looked like holy hell in New York. You have no draft capital this year outside of that 6th pick. None. None. Shame on yourself. Abdullah, they got no other choice but to tank. They got no other choice but to tank. Well, you got Sam Darnold on the center. You're not winning a lot of games. You're tanking by force. They're tanking by force. You know, they're taking by force. They'll be right back in the top 10 next year. That's why I said if they don't take a quarterback, this is the best year to take best player available because whoever you pick, it's not going to change your fortune. You're going to be at the bottom of the division again. What you talking about, Talkers Pit? I'm not too well versed on the Carolina Panthers, but if I had to offer my opinion, take a veteran quarterback free agency and then draft for next year by the sounds of what's going on down there. No. We done did that. That was Teddy Bridgewater. We done did that. We done did that. We done went back in that hole. We need to stink this year. But if they would have just left sleeping dogs lie or let sleeping Panthers lie, pun intended, back when they let Cam Newton go, we wouldn't be in this mess right now. Everything is done backwards. They're talking about a rebuild. I hate it, guys. The rebuild for the Panthers hasn't even started yet. It hasn't even started yet. Oh, hot damn, let me take another drink. Nah, the rebuild hasn't started yet, folks. Rebuild to what? It hasn't started, huh? We need to pull a Cleveland. What's Cleveland doing? Outside of wanting to trade Baker Mayfield, that's a mess. Look, we're on the same street as Cleveland and the Jets. I never thought we would be here. They're our neighbors. And guess what? Their yards look a little better than ours. 0-16 is a real possibility for this team. With Sam Darnold as quarterback, not to get too far ahead, the Panthers played, check this out. If I'm not mistaken, somebody fact check me on this. They played the NFC West and the AFC North. Tom Brady's back and Watson's in your division too. How many games are they winning out of that? How many games are they winning out of that? 0-16 is a real possibility. Yes. They play the AFC North and the NFC West this year. That's 0-8 right there. One, one, one. Yeah, you know what? You know what? One is good because at the end of the year, New Orleans may have the because we always play them at the end of the year, and it looks like that's where Watson's going to go. So New Orleans have the playoffs racked up, so they'll play Troy Aikman's favorite quarterback, Taysom Hill. They're going to Monday Night Football now, so they don't get to see Taysom no more. I feel bad for Troy Aikman. You can't see Taysom no more. So yeah, at the end of the week, at the end of the year, yes, when we're playing against Taysom Hill, we got a fighting chance. You're damn right we do. 1-16, baby. Number one pick. And you know what? That's the best thing that could happen to this franchise. It just needs to bottom out. Bottom all the way out. The roof's caving in. The kids are starving. The dog done ran away. The ceiling fans got one blade in it. That's the Panthers organization right now. It needs to bottom out. I've never been so excited about losing. You ain't got no other choice but to get excited. You ain't got no other choice. Shoot. You ain't got no choice but to get excited. That's where this team is headed, man. Here's another side note. If you're DJ Moore, do you want to stay here? Even though the Panthers could probably give you the most money. DJ Moore is the most unknown wide receiver in the NFL that nobody talks about. Why does nobody talk about? Because his team's always losing. Oh yeah, Donald, Tepper, and Rule are gonna get us the first pick. Yes. Shout out to everybody watching me. Shout out to Tarkus Pick. Shout out to Abdul. Thank you for joining me. But I'm just keeping it real right now. I've been holding this live for a minute. I've been holding it because I knew it was coming. I just need an official word to say how much of a joke this franchise is. I don't take glee in saying this. It's not funny to me. They're going to be looking for another coach next year. That's why I said I don't think it might not be smart to get a rookie quarterback because as soon as you draft them, he's going to have to learn a whole new playbook again, a la Justin Fields, a la Trevor Lawrence. Dumpster fires. All right, I'll holler at you, Abdullah. Comment, share, subscribe, man. It's amazing. It's amazing where this team is at right now. And they have nobody but themselves to blame for it. David Tepper, calling you down, baby. You got some splaining to do, sir. You're the reason we're in this mess right now. And like I said earlier, it's up to you to clean it. You're going to have to clean up this mess, sir. After all that running you did and chasing your tail, the whole league is actually laughing at you right now. I didn't think I was at a comedy show, but I guess all I got to do is tune into the Carolina Panthers 1 p.m. on Sundays to get a good chuckle. We'll see what else comes out in the upcoming days about this. Like I said, guys, I didn't want to be on here too long, but this franchise is a mess. It's a mess. But I'm pretty sure more details will be out later on this week. Somebody's going to try and spin some stuff. Somebody's going to try and change and stuff. I'm just I want to see what the spin cycle is going to be. Because they're going to put a spin on it. Because people have egos. especially Matt Rule and co. They have egos. That's why they traded for Sam Darnold. That was a pure ego move. Yeah, I know he was landfill waste in New York. We'll come down here. We'll fix it. We'll pick up your 5th-year option. Nah, we ain't seen you take a snap. No problem. We'll do that. Getting exactly what you deserve. The Carolina Kitty Cats. That's what you should be called now. You shouldn't be called the Panthers no more. Yeah, as a Steelers backup. Yeah, talking spit. Yeah, as a Steelers backup. Hey, that's a good fit for him. As a Steelers backup, they went and got Mitchell Trubisky, which what kind of offense do we run? We run do you know what a prayer book is? We run a prayer book. We turn to Corinthians and see what type of play we should run out of that. You understand? Matt Rule, as far as the offense, is more run based. He let go of Joe. Our offensive coordinator was fired in the middle of the year last year too. I didn't know if you know that. Talk and spit, yeah. Because him and Matt Rule and Joe Brady were clashing. He wants to run. Joe Brady wants to do this. You let a guy fill an NFL staff full of Baylor and Temple guys that wouldn't get jobs nowhere else in the NFL. Nowhere else. Baylor and Temple guys. College guys. And the only one that worked out kind of was Phil Snow. Everybody else, you would think, hey, once I hire a coach, yeah, I'm a college guy. Let me put some NFL lifers around me. Let me put some head coaches that have been head coaches in the NFL who's been in the league for years. No, I'm going to fill my staff with Baylor and Temple guys. We've seen how that's worked out so far. David Tepper, that's on you. It's on you, buddy. It's on you. There you go. There you go. There you go, Talkers Pit. That's absolutely right. Pray to God that it doesn't screw it up. And you know what? I think we'd be bad because a lot of our prayers haven't been answered. They haven't been answered. Yes, I remember Angels in the End Zone. I remember actually going to go see that in the movie as a kid. Shoot, I might go watch that now. After that, maybe an angel will swoop down and help the Carolina Panthers. Because y'all need a big prayer book. This franchise is a joke, man. It's a joke. Right now, everyone's laughing at you. But I'm a type of person, accountability. And y'all are the problem. Nobody else. Nobody else. Look, guys, that's all I got to say about that. Yeah, I got to head to work in the AM too, so I'm about to go and log off. Thanks for joining me, my man. Thanks for joining me. Probably do talk a little March Madness this weekend because now that the Watson stuff is over, which you should have never got that far, but now that that's over, I can focus on college basketball now. Shout out to my Heels for destroying the Marquette Golden Eagles, and boys wanted to fight, and they got the fight brought to them. They had a fight brought to them. But thanks, everybody, joining me. This is E from the Holding On Sports Podcast. Y'all have a good night, and I'm out.